What's up, Nerd Report? We have an out of control show here, except for you. We got Mad Max, the Mandalorian. We got Jeffrey Harris from Hollywood Purgatory by Demand. And we're going to be talking stuff as we are quarantined here. And we're going crazy right after this. What up, fellas? How you guys doing?
I'm doing great. I got my mask on. I'm safe. No, I would like to wear more masks, and I still have to go to work every day. But
With
I
the
love
mask?
Not this one, a different one. I have to have it for my parents too. I go take care of my parents that are stuck at home. My job is considered essential, so I have to go back. I can't do it from home yet. Not yet.
Hey, I like the way you look. That's my favorite mask, the one you have on now. Jeffrey, how you doing?
I'm good.
That's it?
Considered.
Oh, you're good.
It's not a great time right now. I'm doing the best I can.
The ambassadors in the house. We have how do you pronounce this name right here?
Mladen Kulik. He's my great pal.
The ambassadors in the house. Who else do we have? We have a few people already here. Yeah. That's awesome, man.
2Med to Star Wars Network. Tony Robinson.
My vision's a little messed up right now because the allergies are killing me. Don't think I have the CV thing, all right? You're looking at me. The SSJ K Dots Sanctum. Is that right? All right, there we got that. Yeah. We got the Goldman. I think you already give a shout out to him. A lot of great people here already. A lot of the regulars. We're starting to build up this community. It's getting bigger by the moment. Max, you felt it. Don't you feel the presence of the force or what?
Oh yeah, I see your streams getting more eyes on it. We need to support each other, and there's a lot to talk about. You have to go retro. There's a lot of streaming content. This is the time to catch up on all the stuff you've missed out. I just watched Ford v Ferrari over the weekend, and I loved it.
You loved it?
Oh yes, one of my favorite movies. I'm waiting to review it because I have a steelbook. I don't have it with me here. I'm going to start to do steelbook reviews and then have guests on to do like a round table after to talk about it. So hopefully did you see any of you? Did you see it? Or Jeffrey, did you see?
I saw it. I saw it in theaters, actually. Imagine how much better it could have been.
Oh, thanks, Jeffrey. Thanks a lot. Well, I have a busy life, so I didn't get to see it. I used to be a movie guy all the time, like opening weekend. Yeah, but lately it's kind of the other thing, because I collect the steel books. The exciting thing to do is to wait, not see it at all, open up the steel book. It's brand new to you. Yes, I love the movie theater experience, but there's something great about that too. Buying a Blu-ray that you haven't seen yet, which doesn't happen all the time, and I loved it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are antisocial, don't like people. I love people. I just don't like it when they sit behind me and kick me during the theater, but I do love being in a big theater with the loud music, the loud sound and massive visuals. So there's nothing that's going to ever replace that. But anyways, before I continue, look, a lot of our stuff, a lot of income opportunities to get our channels popping here on the Nerd Report and others. A lot of stuff's been canceled, and a lot of the extra funds, a lot of work for me has been canceled for at least a couple of weeks. Hopefully it goes back to normal. So I use a lot of the funding to fund this channel, keep the camera up, buy some coffee and stuff. But I started this Cash App, okay? And if you guys want to donate to the channel, it'd be awesome. $1, whatever you have, would be great. And the ID is $Nerd Report. So if you hit the Cash App, you could do $Nerd Report, or you could also super chat, but YouTube takes a cut. But before we continue with all the topics, I want to say thank you so much to Tyler Eam, who's always been ultra supportive here. Stephen Boyd has been amazing. Ricardo Banda, thank you, man. You don't know how much this means to me. Eric Flores. And Lisa Grayson actually donated too, who's one of our producers. So we have those producers, people supporting this channel, and it means a lot to me for us to continue. And sometimes we get on these things and we think we're the only people here, we're alone. And, it's great to feel supportive. Again, the Cash App ID is $Nerd Report. But again, most important, I can't stress this enough. You don't have to donate. But press thumbs up, share this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends about us. That is huge, man. That is absolutely huge. All right. And have fun. Just have fun, right? That's the big thing right here. All right. Speaking of having fun, let's go up to our first topic. Thanks for there's the Cash App right there. Awesome. Listen, have you guys heard of the Snyder Cut?
Yeah. Now they can maybe do it now because they have everything else is on hold. They should go back and finish it since everything else is on hold. Good
keyword, finish it, because maybe this thing does not exist. All right. Jeffrey, Snyder Cut, you've heard of it, right?
It's some sort of fairy tale, isn't it?
No.
Well, fairy tale or not, I am pro Snyder Cut. I do want to see it, but I don't think there's actually one. Okay, I don't think it exists. I think it needs to be completed
because it doesn't.
All right. Well, here's.
Oh man.
Dude.
Jeffrey, you don't believe anything exists until you see it with your own eyes. You're like,
yeah, I believe in my barber.
Yeah, he believes in his barber. All right, cool. Okay. You know, I'm trying to share this and my computer froze. Am I frozen? I just froze.
You're okay now. You're stopped.
No,
okay.
No. I see you.
I'm still around.
Yeah.
Yeah. It froze. It froze for a second. Yeah.
All right. I still see this as being frozen, but let me try.
No, you're good. You're good.
All right. At least I had a nice frozen pose. Okay, so the infamous Cats film won the Razzies, right? I believe it won the Razzies. There's been a lot of talk and debate about not only the look of the cats, the storyline, but the VFX. So there's been people who have taken to Twitter.
Oh, you froze again.
Now Lewis is frozen, and now we can't see him. Okay.
Now we can say whatever we want.
So basically, I'll just summarize this. To sum up, Howard the Duck writer. Lewis, you're killing us here. Okay, now it's happening again. So Howard the Duck writer set off a Twitter firestorm when he tweeted out yesterday, a VFX producer friend of mine was hired in November to finish some of the 400 effect shots in Cats movie. His entire job was to remove CGI buttholes that had been inserted a few months before, which means that somewhere out there exists a butthole cut of Cats. So then that started a Twitter trend of hashtag release the butthole cut, with people demanding to know about whatever. So that happened. There's no evidence that this is actually real, considering this guy was a writer on Howard the Duck. I'm sort of suspicious this is a real thing, and I think it was just a joke that the internet decided to run with and do a bunch of clickbait stories on. I mean, the visual effects in the movie look terrible. I mean, I'm not saying the artists on the movie are bad people, but they didn't do a good job. The production is a mess. That film is a mess. It earned its reputation for a reason. You do not want to watch a movie about cats where they look like that.
All right. I don't think they had enough. I think it's a joke, and I think people needed to get clicks on this week with the Bud Light virus. And it's an easy target, Cats. I look at the actual product they produced. I don't think they had enough foresight to remove buttholes, and we need less buttholes on the internet and Twitter. So I don't think it's real.
Basically, this all started because a comic writer said this, and there's no evidence it's real or a real thing. It could.
Okay, I missed part of this. Did you guys? Are you guys talking about this particular tweet?
We're well ahead of you, Lewis, because you're.
Damn it! So
you're
who's
behind?
Jack Waz? Who is that?
He was a writer on a canceled Howard the Duck comic book series.
Oh, so it's all.
I'm just saying, I'm very suspicious if this was even a genuine, real thing.
He might just be having fun. He's locked up at home in quarantine. He's like, let me have some fun on Twitter. Let's stop talking about TP and talk about actual a-holes.
And look, I'm not gonna completely eliminate the possibility, but it sounds far-fetched to me.
Well, they didn't know what they were doing with the actual VFX of the cats looked horrible. I mean, I don't know how they don't see that coming. That this looks odd.
I mean,
well, it's based on a big Hollywood. What is it?
Yeah, I know, but
it's because the cats, they were also they were anatomically like anthropomorphic, and yet like they had a human shape and body, and they had like it's hard to describe. Like they had like a woman's shape or a man's shape, and
like a cat. A cat's always like kind of like
with fur over it. It looked weird. It looked weird.
Yeah, it was a mix between a human and a cat.
If you were going to attempt the movie, I would have just put them in sort of humanish costumes, basically.
Yeah, up the ante with the makeup effects and
no. I would have made it more like stage makeup, basically.
Yeah.
Like the impression that, like I don't know, like the Cowardly Lion and like the Wizard.
Oh, that'd be good.
That kind of reminds me of Cats, as a matter of fact. That's a good comparison, if you ask me. Okay.
I mean,
would you rather watch?
I don't even like Cats as a musical.
Oh, but you like Cats though. Period.
What musical do you like?
Yeah. What musical?
The Mystery of. I think it's The Mystery of Edwin Drood. Edwin Drood. Yeah, that's a good one.
I like Sweeney Todd.
The Mystery of Edwin Drood. Yes. It's based on the final unfinished novel by Charles Dickens.
All right, cool.
Very, very cool, man.
Yeah, how do you like that, Matt? How do you like that, Max and Lewis? You tried to corner me there.
No, I wasn't trying to corner you.
You tried to set me up. You tried to set me up, and I threw it right back in your face.
You win.
Nice try.
Do you guys prefer to watch this over the Snyder Cut?
No.
No?
Hell no.
What do you think is more possible, the Snyder Cut or this?
Neither.
The Snyder Cut.
I think the Butthole is more. I believe.
I wonder how much money those Snyder fanatics have spent on that campaign.
Not much.
Well,
I mean, getting a banner flown over the Academy Awards. I mean,
was it the Academy Awards or Comic-Con?
I think it was the Academy Awards. They did stuff at Comic-Con too. But I mean, getting a banner fly over at the Academy Awards, if you're just average Joe, that's not going to be pocket change, I would think.
No, but they did donate. To their credit, they did donate the money to charity. So
what money?
Well, the extra, because they didn't end up spending
extra?
it all. They did a GoFundMe or something like that.
For where?
I don't know. Don't ask me. Google.
The internet.
They did a GoFundMe to get funds for the banner flyover. Is that
how for an entire promotion at Comic-Con?
Well, since you're wearing
this wasn't Comic-Con though. This was the Academy Awards.
Yeah, but I guess the movie spilled over. I mean, the money spilled over. Anyways, Twitter is a dumper. Yeah, Twitter is a dumpster fire. Yesterday there was some BS about Oprah trending #1. It tells you that all that stuff's all fake news. Oprah was forced to go on record that the stories were false. Did you guys hear about that?
No, I didn't hear
about what.
Oprah, people were spreading false lies, like she was arrested. It was very lame. It was trending #1. It took over the C virus. It tells you how.
I mean, a lot of. Oh God, this is why I hate Twitter.
Yeah,
there's lots of reasons to hate it. This is gonna have
especially.
Here's a prediction: as this goes on into the months, the stories are going to get more outlandish and crazy, and
people are going to have to make up so many things.
Yeah,
I think that's what a lot of this is. I mean, if we weren't already getting it already, I think people are just trying to amuse themselves.
Yeah,
just write even stupider, dumber stuff. Like we don't have enough of that already.
Look, people are spending if they didn't spend enough time on Twitter and the internet before, look what's happening now. Oh
Click
man, it's gonna
my
get real
vid, where are the
crazy.
6 nipples? I hope I never find out.
Yeah, they're in the Snyder cut. All right, guys,
Well,
let's move. Let's move on
can
to our next. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, because you're wearing the Superman shirt and we're talking about the Snyder cut. Your thoughts on Henry? I love Henry Cavill, but
Yeah,
it's just not gonna happen. It looks like.
Well, the only hope is the management between The Rock and Cavill. They share the same manager, so I'm hoping that as The Rock is filming Black Adam, they go, "Hey, dude, let's make this film a little bit more special," and then they'll get Cavill in there. I know Cavill's right now. He's reigning supreme. He's on top of the world with The Witcher. That's who he is now. He's got 2 iconic characters in him. I think actually his Superman has gotten more famous as he's not playing Superman. It's gotten more popular as he's not playing Superman, in opposed to when he was playing Superman. I didn't see this type of support for him. At least I don't remember it. I remember always liking his look for Superman and stuff, but as soon as they started saying, "Hey, he's not going to be Superman anymore," the campaign started. Should have been done during it. The fans are supporting him for Witcher, and there you go. He is the Witcher for now, but as an actor, I know actors don't like to be typecast. I'm sure he'll want to be both Superman and the Witcher. 2 iconic characters, 1 lifetime is pretty awesome, if you ask me.
Why would he be in Black Adam?
Because Black Adam's a DC property. He crosses over with he fights Superman. And do you think, like, if I have a friend that's played Superman, I'm not going to call him to replay Superman in a movie and share the love?
It's possible.
It makes no sense.
It does, because
a Black Adam movie is a stupid idea.
Oh no, not with The Rock.
No.
He's a Shazam villain.
So what? Joker
he should be in Shazam.
Well, we don't know if Shazam's not in it.
They're trying to build it up more.
Remember, Black Adam, money and entertainment. Black Adam is actually has a history. It was established in the first film that he was there before Shazam. So maybe that's the story they're going to tell. You know what I mean? The wizard.
I just don't see. I don't see.
Man,
it.
if they did all 3, if they got it together,
so basically, we're gonna see the Scorpion King, but with Black Adam.
Or the Fast and the Furious.
Come on, don't bring up the Scorpion King. The Rock's moved way past that.
Yeah.
I mean, he brings it. He's the most consistent box office.
But that's basically what Lewis is talking about here, is sort of a prequel.
Maybe.
Basically
I don't know.
setting up the character, kind of like the Scorpion King setting up The Mummy Returns.
Okay. Next.
You're taking us down the rabbit hole, Jeffrey.
Max, you're going live tonight. Please consider having Jeffrey on there. I want to chill and listen.
I'll consider
it. Listen.
We'll see how this goes.
Next topic on the DC tip. Are you guys into the CW shows at all? No.
I've fallen off. My wife lost interest in anything. My wife loses interest in, I'm like, let's watch this. She's like, and then I have trouble picking it up. So I want to get back into it, but no, I haven't been watching it all.
I'm going to assume Jeffrey's not into it because it exists.
I hate them with a passion, but I realize these shows sort of have a dedicated, loyal fan base. So
yeah, like The Witcher.
I do not begrudge people.
DC, like horror, like everything.
I do not begrudge that people enjoy those shows and those actors and characters, so I let them have them.
Okay,
you let them have it. I don't think you have a choice.
Thank you.
You let them have it. Okay. All right, Jeffrey.
Legends of Tomorrow is one of the popular ones. It's more on the lighthearted, goofy side, campy, but it works actually if you watch it. It really works for that show. Brandon Routh, formerly known as the Man of Steel, is no longer in the show, and he's expressed, he's talked about it. It was asked about what he thought of his exit, and he feels it was forced, rushed in forks. He says the journey to have happen shouldn't have been forced. The exit was very quick and forced. He repeats again. I have a challenge with that on a personal level.
Oh.
He claims, yeah. So what were you saying?
Once these shows, this has happened. Fortunately, these shows at least get an ending. A lot of shows have a strong first couple seasons, and then some never even get an ending. So what the typical thing to do, especially with these CW shows, is bring in the good stuff with the first couple seasons, the special effects. When it reaches its peak viewers, when it starts to go down, they cut the budget more and more until the final season to just give a finale to the fan base that sticks with them. Unfortunately, that's a symptom in a lot of these shows. Is everyone knows how to start but doesn't know how to finish. Look how J.J. Abrams restarts all these shows. No one really thinks about finishing anything. They just see how it goes. Let's get it started. Let's get a pilot, get it hot, and no one knows where it's going to end up. Which we'd get a lot better shows if there was more foresight into ending.
Yeah. Well, the thing is the money, right? They want to keep going. But what is your guys' opinion about actors nowadays? We see them more and more expressing their discontent, even like weeks after. I
think he's being honest here.
Yeah.
So I'd rather they be honest, even if we don't really agree with it or see it.
Yeah, that's a good point. We know
also,
that
it's not like he buried the show. He wasn't like F them or screw these guys for screwing up my character. He gave a very measured, I would say, well-spoken response.
Yeah. Stephen Amell said something as well.
I think Legends does that, but this is even more standout in that respect to me. The exit is also very quick and forceful. Challenges with that on a personal level. He's not being very caustic or
aggressive.
He's being very measured with this response. He's not really burying the producers. And who knows why it was written this way, maybe it was contract, maybe it was money, who knows? But I don't think he said anything really. To me, what he said here isn't even really controversial. It seems like they gave the characters a happy ending too. So it wasn't like they just inexplicably died or they committed characters. Sometimes we'll see characters on a show like they just go like off a cliff, or they just get shipped off somewhere and never come back, and we never hear from them again, or they do something really stupid with those characters. They didn't really do that here. They gave an out and an ending for the character. They gave a happy ending for his character and his romantic love interest. So whatever. I don't think this is controversial at all, especially for a show as awful as Legends of Tomorrow.
You had to like put a nail in its coffin, man.
That's how I roll, Lewis.
Yeah. SSJK Dots Sanctum says Superman needs to be in the Shazam movie to help Shazam fight Black Adam.
If they had all three together, that would be a slam dunk. But I don't think WB has it together enough to do it. They're not going to do it. Unfortunately, I don't think that's like a no-brainer. Everyone be like, "Whoa, Shazam, Black Adam, and Superman in the same movie, and The Rock and Henry Cavill."
So basically, you want a world's finest kind of team-up movie.
Well, the problem is Warner Brothers. The advantage Warner Brothers always had over Marvel was the licensing rights to all the characters, and they act like they don't have the licensing rights to all the characters, right?
And they failed to exploit that for decades. So that's on them.
Yeah, so they really had like they were fighting the heavyweight title while the champ had his arms down, and they just stared at him for 12 rounds and didn't punch. So that's a deal with that. But there's a lot of transparency.
They pulled his Deontay Wilder and walked out to the ring in a 40-pound suit.
All excuses. Stop watching Legends of Tomorrow after season 4. That's fair. HBO Max. You guys, do you guys think that's going to make a dent?
No.
For DC? No.
I think it can.
Yeah.
I think HBO together with Warner Brothers properties, and I heard the Green Lantern show.
What is different about this than HBO Go or HBO Now or whatever?
I don't like the name. I don't think the name tells you what's in there. When I think HBO Max,
That's
I think
fair.
they're gonna give us all the HBO stuff, and that's it. But it's actually more than that. It's
What is it?
Well, apparently it's all the Warner Brothers library. From what I keep hearing,
Shouldn't it be like Warner Max or something,
right?
Or Warner Plus?
Yeah, well,
HBO is a proven streaming platform, though, so they want to go with that first.
Yeah, but
Max doesn't identify Warner Brothers, though. You're right.
I don't really.
Why not Warner Max or WB Max?
When I think HBO, I think True Blood. I think Game of Thrones.
Exactly.
That's what I think about.
I mean, that's a hurdle they have to get over. The content that's possible, I'm
Chernobyl.
for.
Yeah, which are great.
I mean, what does this do to DC Universe?
Well, they're gonna merge it. That's what they're saying.
Is that official that they will?
Well, it doesn't make sense to have two Warner Brother platforms and then DC Universe. No one even subscribes.
If they try to do that, they don't have enough content on DC Universe as it is. Because I have it, I forgot to cancel my subscription.
Well, they have the. I mean, DC Universe also gives you the comic library. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Would they merge those two services and still give you the comic library on HBO?
Should, but who knows if they're that? This is all things like they should do it, but
thing is, Disney Plus does not have a digital comic library. You'd have to do like Marvel Now or something, or
maybe they'll work
Marvel
on that.
Unlimited.
Marvel has the unlimited. I don't think they want to. I think Marvel wants its own money. I mean, Disney owns them too, don't they? Do they own the publishing?
Yeah, they own Marvel Entertainment, which includes the publishing division.
Yeah, so I don't think it would be a cool idea, but I don't think they need to because there's so much content coming to Disney Plus in the future.
Basically, right now I have Disney Plus, I have Netflix, I have Amazon Prime. I have no interest in adding another premium subscription service right now. I've seen nothing coming out of HBO Max that's like, yeah, I'm going to subscribe to this.
Plus, it's a bit more expensive, right?
Have they revealed the price point on it yet?
About 20.
HBO as it is expensive.
Yeah.
$14.99 a month. Are you kidding me? Do you guys know how much I'm paying for? Do you guys know how much I'm paying for Disney Plus?
$5.99.
Less than $4 a month.
But basically, you got it with our deal. You got it with our deal.
Yeah, we did the Founders Circle at D23.
Let's do one. Yeah, we paid it was $75 for 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
15.
Why did you do that?
Because it basically meant
because I mentioned it to you, right? It was me. Yeah, I mentioned it to a lot of them.
I mean, yeah, you were the one who told me about it. So HBO Max would come out to $180 a year. So I paid less than that for 3 years of Disney Plus. That's not competitive. I'm sorry.
This
is a big fat no from me, Warner Brothers.
Well, HBO though, you get stuff right away. You don't have to go to the theater first, pay for it. No one's going to the theater now, but Disney debuts movies in theaters, and you'll be months before you come.
Frozen 2 on
I know only because of circumstances.
Yeah, but we're getting exclusive premium content on here as well.
Yeah, but you think that's going to stay that way? I don't think so.
What do you mean?
Once more content starts coming on Disney Plus, of course they're going to raise their price. Maybe not for you founders.
All right.
And then if they debut movies,
eventually it probably will go up. But
so Frozen 2 coming on the streaming service is not the same as like a new Game of Thrones type show debuting episode 1.
Max,
yeah.
Your argument is erroneous. What I know
why is it?
My basic deal comes out to less than $4 a month for Disney Plus for 3 years.
They don't have to go to the movie theater.
But it's 3 years.
Game of Thrones and then wait till it to come on to HBO. It's there right away.
So it's another. I have another
box office.
I have another 2.5 year, at least another 2.5 years on this service. Okay,
Yeah.
so this HBO service is not competitive at all to that. Other than
I think it is.
You'll maybe get some more. I know South Park is on there, but getting South Park
for the price of one movie ticket, you can entertain your whole family and never leave the house. And it's right there day one. You don't have to wait months to get it.
But I already have Netflix. If I already have Netflix and Amazon Prime, and I already have Disney Plus, I have no interest in getting another subscription. This is not. There's no big selling point for me here.
Well, that's a different story. If the shows don't
now look, if they were to somehow put together a new season of Farscape, then like okay, now you're talking. But there's no. I
think you're the only one that's asking for that. I like Farscape too, but I mean,
but I'm just that's my point here. There's no app here. There's no like real major selling point for me to okay, I'm in. There's not one thing, not one single thing about HBO Max that makes me.
We'll see. We don't know the lineup yet.
Sure, we do. We know about South Park.
Huh? South Park?
Yeah, I think they got the streaming rights to South Park.
Sold. I'm ready. No, I already see it on my Hulu.
All right, that's a good segue right here.
Is it?
Well, look, NATO, the National Associations of Theater Owners, they're the ones that put on CinemaCon, I believe, put out a press release because there's a lot of people speculating that with all the, us being quarantined and everything, all the delays and everything, that films are going to be going back to streaming, right? They're going to actually be released in streaming or on demand or whatever. I'm talking about movies that have not had any theatrical run. So they're reassuring with this press release that with their discussions with the distributors, the vast majority will be scheduling theatrical releases for the movies that have been postponed. And they remind the public that this is all due to avoid catastrophic losses by the studios, because they need that theatrical release before the home release, because home release does not pay for their investment. So that pretty much squashes the awesome idea, but I never thought it would work to release films, all these films to streaming right away. I know The Hunt is coming in on Friday.
Well, look, who's gonna subscribe to something just so they can watch The Hunt early?
No, there's a pay-per-view though. The Hunt is on demand, so it's probably like $20, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, if they were to hit a subscription service early, who would really get that subscription service just for The Hunt?
I think that what is it? The New Mutants should go to on demand or streaming, because I think that
it should go to streaming. There's no point in releasing.
Yeah, that movie's.
There's no point in releasing that film in theaters. That film.
Yeah.
It's not. First of all, Fox paid for that movie anyway, so it's not going to be a huge.
It feels,
well, but I'm sure
it feels old because the actors look so much younger.
It was supposed to come out forever ago.
Yeah,
it was supposed to come out, I think, in 2018, as I recall, and it kept getting pushed back. Apparently, they were supposed to have reshoots that supposedly never got filmed. I don't know.
Well, the director went out and said there's going to be reshoots, and then he claims there's not. So,
I've heard there were reshoots.
No, apparently the director retracted, said they never did get to
I think Disney, once they took over as Fox properties, like, stop feeding more money to these projects, rein it in. I don't think they did crap.
Probably.
Oh no, they're not going to re-edit it.
I've heard multiple things about that film, but if you're honestly, after how badly Dark Phoenix went, it makes no sense to release New Mutants in theaters. If the end goal is to reintroduce mutants and X-Men into the MCU, it makes no sense to release this film right now in theaters.
It would be bad press too, because I mean, at this point, no one's gonna I don't think it's going to do good.
It would
at
be
this
like
point.
re-releasing the Inhumans TV show in theaters. And that show was garbage.
I think New Mutant's going to be much better than
Maybe.
the last X-Men. What do you guys think?
I think it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I don't like. I'm not.
I think it looks terrible.
Well, okay. I'm more looking forward to the Quiet Place 2, which
I'm shocked.
Still pissed about. Like I can wait for movies.
How do you think I feel? I was supposed to see A Quiet Place on Tuesday.
Oh, you didn't get to see it?
No, because everything's shut down.
Well, Louis got to see it right before.
I did an interview with some of the cast. Just so you guys know.
I'm still mad at him.
The last movie I saw before all this went to hell was My Spy. With Batista.
Oh, how was that?
How do you think?
Crap.
Is there an embargo on that?
Not that I know of. I got none.
I thought that came out already.
No, it got delayed until April. As of now, April 17th. But who knows?
And just to be clear, with all the studio people watching, I'm not laughing because the movie's bad. I'm laughing because just Jeffrey's straight and to the point responses to everything.
Yeah,
like no BS there.
Jeffrey, if you want to know what, it was marginally better than Bloodshot. What was that, Max?
Throwing heat. If Jeffrey gets access to the stuff, I have hope for me. I didn't think I did. Because you give hot takes on everything. I like it though, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
So I don't hate everything. Contrary to what you might think, Mad Max, I don't hate everything.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Just
most stuff. Just most.
If Bloodshot had a Marvel logo before it, he'd be all over it.
Be quiet. Be quiet.
Are you playing a game or something?
No, I'm posting
some
stuff.
He's checking.
I'm actually promoting stuff for the stream and everything.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so I'm not ignoring you guys by no means.
All right.
But we're coming. Okay, so that's my topics. You guys could add on to that in the chat and stuff like that. We love your participation. But
just your average Joe says, I paid for a year's worth of Disney Plus, watched Mandalorian and haven't watched it since. To add even more insult, I would have had it for free with free with Verizon for the year anyway. Well, just your average Joe, I hate to tell you, but that's kind of your fault there, man. No one put a gun to your head and forced you to pay for a year's worth of Disney Plus. You could have done a free trial, or you could have done like how many, like, can you sign up per month or a year or what?
I personally think it's a good buy for a few, because I
agree.
Good stuff's going to be coming out, honestly. So I just have to be patient.
I mean, if you don't want to buy physical, it's like instant Disney library. Most stuff's on there.
I'm gearing up. I'm getting ready to do. We're getting ready to do watch-alongs for The Mandalorian, and I'm actually really excited for that.
I still haven't seen the
$6.90. It's normally $6.99 a month. You could have signed up. Average Joe, you could have signed up for $6.99 for 1 month and just canceled. No one forced you to sign up for a year, so that's on you, bro.
Okay.
So here's the time to say, go sub to Hollywood Purgatory.
Do that.
As he gives the average Joe hell in the comment section. I love
the year saves you $14. I don't really regret it. Okay, if you don't regret it, it's fine. But
I don't think you saved anything. You spent money, didn't you?
Well,
that's how they get you. You
saved $14 by buying him for a year.
You didn't save anything if you're not watching it. Watch
it. Average. I am going to be watching.
I mean, that's on him. That's on him.
I think what I paid, I'm 100% satisfied. I'm almost have my money's worth because I love the Mandalorian. I do want to see that sucker on Blu-ray though, 4K, just to own it.
What the I want a steelbook.
Yeah, I binged X-Men. I binged Gargoyles. It was a good time.
And the classic cartoons too. They're awesome.
Yeah, that X-Men the animated series.
Well, no, I'm talking about the Mickey Mouse ones.
Yeah, you get those, but you can get X-Men the animated series was never on Blu-ray, was never on streaming until now. So we finally
Max,
got
you had another topic you wanted to come in, because we're probably going to do about an hour right now, and then
Oh.
we'll come back live streaming later.
I'm gonna
not
do
sure, but
Midnight Madness live
All right.
tonight. So tune in.
if
And
you have an extra space for me, I'll come in. If not,
Okay.
all good, man. I'll be listening.
Sure. Yeah, I have space for you. I got to think about Jeffrey. No, I'm just
He can
kidding.
take my place.
Jeffrey brings it hot. He's a madman. I like madmen. But
Madman Jeffrey.
But what I did a quick video on my channel, and it was the state of movie talk as it is, especially with everything going on. It's not a time to sulk and say, "Oh, everything's canceled." It's a great time. There's no other time. Hopefully we all get past this and movies get back on track. There's no other time where you could catch up on a back catalog, catch up on all these streaming shows, catch up, watch stuff. I just finished The Walking Dead. I would love to talk about that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
I pulled a Jeffrey. You said you just finished The Walking Dead. I go, sorry.
I liked earlier seasons of The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, they were awesome.
I'm not going to spoilers here. This was okay. It was enjoyable. Me and my wife watched it. I got her back into watching it after years of I'm done with it. So there's still stuff to watch. I want to start watching Westworld. It's back, and they release it weekly. And I have to get my HBO subscription back.
You can catch up on your streaming backlogs,
movies. Yeah.
Do what you can. You got to do what you can do. Yes, it sucks that all the release dates are pushed back or delayed, but
I'm also looking at the silver lining.
But think about this: people are dying. A lot worse things have happened than us being deprived of movies for a little while. So
I'm looking at the silver lining of all
we're doing this, and as bad as this is, we're doing this to prevent the disease from spreading further.
Right.
We're trying to prevent basically, even though this is not fun right now, what we're doing now is to prevent what's happening in other countries from happening here. It's preventative. It's not necessarily happening.
Let's look at the bright side, though.
Yeah.
Let's look at the bright side.
Okay.
If it's short term, I could do this for a week. I mean, I'm relaxing here. I'm spending more time with my son. I'm spending more time with my mom.
And me.
And I'm chilling here. The sun. LA has been beautiful lately with the rain. Has been great. The sun's coming in, as you can see, into my studio. So it's kind of like we're experiencing life kind of like on a relaxing, if you're at home, just relaxing the way it was in the 90s before all this internet stuff. Well, actually we are on the internet. Take that back. But I'm
not relaxing, but
yeah. But we have so much entertainment on our
as bad as it is, it could be worse.
Well, I didn't get to the silver lining though.
Go ahead, Mad Max.
Yeah.
We let you.
Hollywood, they've been running on release dates and fix it later. Now is the time where they can plan when everything's on pause, get the writing good, get a solid plan. They really have to get it together for when they come back. So
I agree with this sentiment, but are they even doing that?
They have the chance to. If they deliver on it, that's on them. But the writers still could be writing now. They still could be planning all from their safe spaces in quarantine and getting this shit together. And this is the right time to do it. Catch up on the back catalog. Hope that they get their act together and we get better stories with a better plan. More, and if you're creating a movie universe, actually have a plan to develop it.
Well,
like Star Wars.
You're on the right track.
Yeah.
The only problem, I think, the biggest problem with movies, is the editing. The editing needs more time, and if you watch even, I'm a big believer that 90% of the films that we claim suck, it's the way the editing's been placed, the way the scenes are cut and stuff like that. A good example is A New Hope. Although we've never seen the original cut, the rumor has it that the first cut of the film was a mess. Then Marcia Lucas came in, Lucas's wife back then, helped them with the emotional parts of the film. They added that. They recut it a little bit because they had some time. I think now is a good time. 007 stands to be great because now they have a few more months to edit, I think that's a good thing.
Well, they said to No Time to Die was going to be 2 hours and 43 minutes or something, right?
Turbo
be like
Justice just subscribed. What's
Thank
up?
you, Turbo
Welcome,
Justice.
Turbo. You know what I'm gonna do every time
Thanks,
somebody does
Turbo Justice.
every time someone does something cool for the channel, I'm gonna do what's that dance Andy does, Lisa?
You're
the floss. Should I do a floss? You guys want me to floss?
Yeah, do the Fortnite floss. Yes. There you go.
Oh, great. He just unsubbed. He just unsubbed.
So No Time to Die is
stick with us.
Should I do the floss or the arm?
Yeah,
wave?
do the floss. Do the floss.
Oh,
I said do the floss.
Jeffrey likes that floss. Press one if you guys like that floss.
Negative
so No
one,
Time to Die is 2
1.
hours and 43 minutes. Doesn't need to be that long.
Well,
maybe
I'm
it
not
could be
saying
2.5 hours.
Maybe they could, like, the transitions before and the way the action scenes are, that could make a huge difference in a film, man. That slight second, you don't need that to cut it right at the right time. That's extremely important.
You see, I was fine with Endgame being 3 hours because that was like the big blow off, and you had to get you had a lot of characters, and you had to conclude a lot of characters' emotional arcs. So you could do that for 3 hours. I don't know if No Time to Die needs to be that long. Like, if either of you saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I thought that movie was rather indulgent. It did not need to be as long as it was.
I don't like this talk, Jeffrey. If a movie's good, I don't care how damn long it is.
But
I don't care.
The reason you're saying that though is because it was well edited.
I'm talking about effective editing. Now, look. The Rise of Skywalker is the worst edited Star Wars film I have ever seen.
It needed some more cooking. It needed to be edited a little better.
That movie could have maybe used a little more time, or it could have used a few less subplots, a few less characters, because there was just so much, and it had no time to breathe. And the edits, like the transitions in that movie, were horrendous. Like they start the movie on Mustafar, and we don't even know that it's Mustafar. Like, that was.
And look, okay, let's wait till we do our live stream. We're gonna do a watch along. Are you guys down for that in the comments? Watching right now.
But there's no way to know the movie.
Well, that's
starts on Mustafar.
Correct.
Like that's bad storytelling.
The worst part is what no one's talking about. They're saying what you're saying, but the part that gets me is that when we see Mustafar, it's you can't live there. You can't have Imperial troops there because it's like a volcano, right? And then all of a sudden, but he was in a castle protected, right?
Right.
But then we don't. With the surface we saw in
it didn't look
9,
like
it didn't look like Mustafar.
Right.
Right.
There's an explanation for that, but there's no way to know that by watching the movie. The movie never
that's the part that threw me off. That's Mustafar. I'm like. Dude. And the thing about
who is he fighting? Who is he fighting on? Why is he on Mustafar? Who is he fighting on Mustafar? It makes no sense.
We could talk about that during the stream. I'm supposed to get some giveaways today. I'm waiting for the mail to come in, but let's see what we do. So maybe we could do a live stream of this and do some giveaways for the digital code before.
Just your average Joe says you have to read it in the book. All right. You should never have to read it in the book to know what's going on, ever. It's not.
I like Jeffrey on that. Yeah, I don't. I bet too much of that's going on. Like some of this sequel trilogy problems might even be that they're trying to do supplemental material and consciously leave stuff out instead of explaining it, and that might be why it's so all over the place. Some of it might be they don't know what they're doing yet until the writers write it. Intentionally vague.
There's too many cooks in the kitchen.
And then that whole dyad thing just made me want to blow my brains out. Like, oh, you're the dyad. What the hell is a dyad? I still haven't seen Rise of Skywalker. I didn't want to spend the money on theater tickets. The Great Council, I feel like the Invisible Man. You are the Invisible Man, Great Council.
Why do you feel like that, Longa? Why do you feel like that?
He feels invisible.
And sub to Longa, the Gray Council, because he's like a hair away from 1,000 people, I believe. And
he's more than a hair. But go sub to him because he needs all those hairs.
He's
I have a question.
Uh-oh.
Should the WWE be continuing putting on shows right now with the risk of the coronavirus?
No.
It's putting
and having
okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
People that are following the recommendations are putting others' health above themselves because the reality is most people will be okay. Unfortunately, we all have loved ones that are older or are not in the best health, and it's very easy to transfer it where there's no cure. It's also respect for those working in the medical health field that they don't get overwhelmed, because if the problem is it spreads so fast, if everyone just goes about their business, it spreads so fast that even though there's ventilators for people that are sick, there's not enough for everyone at the same time. So people could possibly die just because there's too many people sick at the same time.
May I add something to that? May I add something to that?
Yes.
Real quick. This happened several years ago, but I had someone who were close to me. It was probably the first person that ever passed away in my life that was close to me died of cancer, and it was awful. I saw him go to the best hospital, and just because they had one incident of a shooting with one person injured, the entire emergency area was overwhelmed and they couldn't attend to him for hours. I don't think it has anything to do with the CV thing. I just think we're never prepared. Well, not we, but these hospitals are not prepared for anything. And I hate to say it, we could say, oh, they're going to get over. Like Max, you bring up a good point, but except here in LA, I don't know what's up with their system, but let me tell you, he went to a top-notch hospital, got sick overnight, had to wait 4 hours in the emergency area because one person got, I think, stabbed or something in a gang fight. They were overwhelmed. So you're telling me you need 17 doctors to attend one person? It's ridiculous. And I don't know. The best thing to do is to try to take care of yourself the best you can. Fruits, vegetables. I know it's hard to eat those. I mean, I like the junk food myself. As you noticed, as I did the floss dance. But
I'm trying to.
You guys gotta. Everyone's gotta take care of themselves. Do your exercise.
That's not my issue. My issue here is that in WWE, you're professional wrestlers. Your whole profession is that you're in close proximity to each other.
Right.
You're spitting up, you're sweating, and that's how this disease gets spread. And it's more contagious. It's not as deadly as the flu, but it's more contagious.
Are they definitely going forward?
I mean, they went forward on Monday. They're going forward.
Oh, really?
They're going forward on Friday, and they're apparently going forward on in April for WrestleMania. So
do you have a video on this, Jeffrey? Because that's a hot topic. You should really cover that.
It's on. I mean, they had wrestling matches at Raw. They're having.
Well, this is a video you need to make.
It's not hard to find.
Why don't you have it as part of your video on tonight, Max, and then have like a 5-minute segment on it?
Okay.
I think that's a good idea.
I'm just saying when it's not pure sport, but it is athletics, and
it's in bad taste considering everyone else.
I'm not saying it's in bad taste.
I do.
Look, I'm just saying there's a danger there that due to the nature of their profession, there's a bigger risk if they're going to be in the ring with each other, rolling around, doing moves, and also sweating and secreting bodily fluids.
Well, do they have an audience?
Which is that is how the disease gets spread.
But is there an audience?
No, it will be empty arena.
Oh, that's different.
Oh, well, that is different. But if there was an audience, I gotta say,
my point is the risk to my point is the risk, the safety, the health of the wrestlers.
They might have
not the audience members.
Yeah, they're gonna be tested. They're gonna be tested.
They are getting tested, but just because they're getting tested before doesn't mean there's no risk.
No, I disagree. Once the test is negative, I think
now I completely changed on this topic, Jeffrey, because
the government,
if there's no audience, and they're providing entertainment for people that are stuck at home, I think it's a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. But I will say this: the way I thought it was with an audience, I thought that was.
Although I do think they should be tested. If they're not testing, that's pretty BS.
Yeah, if they would have done it with an audience,
they claim they're testing. They claim they're tested, but there's still going to be a risk there.
I don't think so. I think they're safer
sanitize the
than
mats, which they probably have to do anyway. Sanitize everything. Let them do their thing. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I think it's fine. But anyone who's not complying with the experts, and I kind of like okay. So here's my stance, and people are getting pissed off at me. I don't believe the threat for my age group and whatever. I have like zero fear of getting it, even if I was in a big public group. I think it's overblown, but I'm not an expert, and I'm going to respect the suggestions from the government and the scientists and the doctors to have a social distancing or whatever it is. That being said, the numbers to me don't add up, but that's fine. I'm not an expert. Okay. So, but I am respecting it. I'm I believe in months to come, we will know the facts of, did we do the right thing? Did we overreact?
I think it's always going to be like, even if we're successful, people are going to think we're idiots. Like, what? We didn't need to do all that, but we could have stopped the real problem. I think if we take it seriously as a community, put others ahead of ourselves, and do the smart thing. I go to work because I have to. I have to provide for my family, and there's no option for me to work at home. But I see people just going out doing regular stuff.
But do you guys feel like I'm doing the wrong thing? Like, it's just I'm quarantining myself. I'm staying at home. I'm not, right? So I'm staying. I'm being precautious. I'm not I'm not an expert, but
preventative. It's preventative.
Yeah. And then also, like, I'm seeing the numbers. The numbers kind of don't add up for me. Even unfortunately in Italy, like, I looked at the numbers for the flu. Like, it's astronomical. Something's up with that country where people are getting sick. They need help. They need help from the rest of the world with medicine, or their hospitals are being, just overburdened and stuff like that. So
here's what Michael Teixeira says. WrestleMania should not continue without fans. Pro wrestling is meaningless. I have no interest in watching an empty arena WrestleMania in April. Just because
for WrestleMania, I can see your point there.
I mean, what's it's not even WrestleMania if that's how they're gonna do it. It'd be one thing if you did like a couple empty arena matches, like the Sunday Night Heat, Mick Foley versus The Rock, but that's not what they're doing here. I mean,
WrestleMania is a different beast.
I just don't know how that they're not even filling up Raw and SmackDown with matches that are at the Performance Center with the empty venue. So I just don't think it's going to work. A performer entertainer thrives off the energy of the crowd. It's going to be weird if any sport would have continued with an empty stadium arena. I agree with you, Just Your Average Joe, but tonight on TNT, that's exactly what All Elite Wrestling on AEW Dynamite is going to be doing. It will be another empty arena pro wrestling show. So they're going to be doing some live shows in the empty arena as well in Jacksonville, Florida.
The Great Council, Lunga, is saying that there's 7,000 cases now in the United States. Italy spikes because there's no preventative measures. Okay, I'm still doing my part. I'm taking it. I'm treating it like my neighbor has it. I'm treating it like if everyone has it. I just don't know.
Is that true though, that Italy didn't take precautions like we did in the United States?
That's what I heard. They didn't take it as seriously, and that's why we're some people may think we're being overly precautious, but it's possibly it's working a little bit. I mean, there are new cases, but if the United States wasn't doing this right now, it could be getting really serious.
I mean, the reason we could have such a low death rate for this is because of what we're doing right now. But
but
have you guys searched the Italian flu rate? It's massive.
I have not.
Yeah, and
now we're getting into a whole other kind of.
No, but it's what people want to talk about. It's what people want to talk about. You can't avoid it. You know?
I agree. It's serious.
The double-edged sword is if you do it, and then down the line, people are like, "Oh, people flipped out for no reason," but we might actually help stop it. But if
Italy
you do nothing,
does have
Italy.
Yeah, that I will continue on that point, but Italy does have an aging population. Unfortunately, a lot of people go retire there. I do think they did try to take it serious, but again, from what I've read,
I can't honestly comment on any of that because I don't know all the facts of that case, so I don't know for sure. You're doing the right thing. No reason for the risk. Stay home.
Yeah,
be safe.
Staying at home.
The bad thing is when we get another week or two, if we start working and then there's no new cases popping up, people are gonna take it for granted. Oh, this was just overblown, and then it'll start going out and not wait full 2 weeks. We have to wait the full 2 weeks or 3 weeks if we have to.
Well, here's the problem too. Like, let's say this scenario happened. The virus starts. And everyone gets sent home right away because there's 3 cases, right? And then we realize, oh, you know what? It wasn't that big a deal, right? And then 2 weeks later, we get another one that's really the big deal, and we depleted our resources. Then you're still in trouble. So
I just want to go to the store and get toilet paper again.
I have some in my house, bro. Just come on in.
Yeah.
The invisible man's knocking at the door. Should I send them a link, Lewis?
What is it?
The invisible man's knocking at the door. Wasn't on the street.
I gotta get going, but why don't we? Because I gotta get going because I'm actually expecting some Star Wars swag to come in the door. But guys, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Gray Order, the Gray Council. Max, maybe you have space there tonight.
I've gotten a couple huge podcast interviews with everything going on. So,
awesome,
cool.
I want to thank everyone. Oh, I think we did get a package. Let me see what we got right here.
Breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
I got some Star Wars stuff. A Star Wars ball.
Sanitize that package.
Oh man, yeah. There's Star Wars swag at my door.
Oh, I don't get that.
Tell me going on, Max.
Oh, you're talking to me. I heard Star Wars swag and I lost my mind. Probably after midnight Eastern time.
Max, I'll go on for a minute if I can, and I'll show you what came in. We'll do an unboxing.
Cool.
Would that be kind of cool?
Yeah.
It's like this ball thing. I some swag.
Good for you. Good for you, Lewis.
I got some swag from Lucasfilm. I'm gonna show it to you guys on Max's channel.
Hey, Great Council wants to get on.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get on.
But he's ended this. He's got to keep it a hot hour. You got to keep the viewers wanting more. So
you came in too late. You came in too late. Came in too late, Great Council.
I want to thank everyone.
Doing it in the Midnight Madness live.
Follow me at NerdLecca on Twitter and Instagram. I want to thank everyone who's donated to the Cash App. There's been
thanks, J-Pod.
Money sign Nerd Report. If you guys want to donate anything, keep the channel going. Shameless plug. Let's start off with Jeffrey. Shameless plug. Where can we follow you?
Twitter at Wheeljack83. 411 Mania. Check out my reviews, articles, interviews. Go to Apple Podcasts. Check out the 411 Wrestling Interviews podcast. My latest one is with former WWE Women's Champion Gail Kim. I have a huge atomic bombshell huge interview coming up. Huge interview coming up later this week. I cannot say it's so big. This guy I already did the interview, but the person I interviewed is so big I can't even say who it is until a few days from now. So be on the lookout. Apple Podcasts, 411 Wrestling Interviews podcast. On 411 Mania, my latest review is up for Bloodshot. So check out my review for Bloodshot as well. Thank you, everybody, and have a safe week.
Max, shameless plug.
I'm the madman of movie talk. I have my Midnight Madness live Eastern time after midnight, and I try to get the viewers in on the madness. So join this madness live. I got a lot of friends like Lewis, like the Gray Council, and my new friend Jeffrey, who's a little madman himself. I'd like him to come on the show.
Yeah. Macho madness. Yeah.
Never mind. No, that was good. That was good, Jeffrey. So bring that madness, Jeffrey, tonight. Let's see what Lewis has to unbox, and let's get everyone in. Yeah, we're growing a community, and consider the Gray Order, because we like to have diversity of thought and different opinions. Jeffrey down here, my dog disagrees with you too, Jeffrey. We disagree a lot, but it makes the conversations better. And that's what I like about it, this little group here. So subscribe to everyone, join us all, and we got a lot of stuff coming up. Thanks for having me.
Okay, with that, I got my final message right now. Please join us via subscription, because together we will destroy the Sith.
All right.